Hello, my name is Una Quinn and I am the chair of the Lincolnshire Traveller Initiative. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to our annual report of 2022.
The last year probably will be remembered for one of difficulties really around the COVID pandemic. But in actual fact for LTI, it's given us time to reflect on what we do and where we're going. And we find ourselves now faced with some exciting new developments. Our curriculum is expanding to include STEM science. We're developing the functional skills IT, and we're also going to be doing outdoor education. So a lot of exciting things are happening. We've also formed some really exciting partnerships, particularly with the universities, and this is once again opening up all sorts of opportunities for our young people. So last year has been an important one which will lead to a much better and expanded service next year. We're really excited that our partnership with the NHS is expanding. We've got nurses going on to 2 sites, Lincoln and Gainsborough, and in the next year that will be expanded to take in 2 sites in Grantham. And we now have the arrival of a dedicated link worker from the NHS exclusively for travellers. So I think improving health outcomes for the travellers in the county is really going to come on in leaps and bounds.
When I first started at the Lincolnshire Traveller Initiative, I was employed to be the adult training officer. Now we run 2 parent and child sessions there a week. Generally, most children of the traveller gypsy community do go to primary school. When it comes to going to secondary school, you often find that parents have a lot of concerns and worries. Lincolnshire Traveller Initiative do step in and we do deliver home education. And they get lots offered to them. They do Prince's Trust, they do Arts Award, Functional Skills, Maths and English. The cover of the curriculum, they learn to read, they learn to write, so they still are getting an education through ourselves.
I enjoy it, yeah. I actually really like going on the bus. I enjoy when they come. I know I'm getting an education. I know when I'm learning every time they come. I'm learning a different thing. I'm getting more things under my belt for when I'm older and I want to get a job, or when I want to go to college when I am older because I really want to go. So I know that LTI is helping me get what I want to achieve when I'm older in life.
I think I have developed very much confidence and stopped second guessing myself, because I'm a nervous person, and like in maths, if I think the answer's right, I still won't write it down till I've checked it. But when I'm right in the first place, I should just be confident and write it down. And the school's just taught me to be confident in myself and trust myself.
Well, the bus has multiple purposes. I mean, primarily it gets us to the travellers where the sites are, wherever they are in the county. But it's used for teaching young people aged 11 to 16, a period in their lives when most of them are not in mainstream education. We then hope that they will feed into further and ultimately higher education. But it's used for adult training, it's used for health promotion work, it's used for educational visits, recreational visits, trips, outings. It's the heart of everything we do, really.
Something that did come out from working with the travellers on the offset was how passionate they was about other charities, how they cared about Macmillan and cancer, all the cancer research and people in poverty, and they was wanting to put things back into these charities. So whenever there would be a crisis, they would come to me and say, Kirsty, do you think we could get some bags together and go do some drops to the homeless in Lincoln? When it was the freezing weather and it was on the news that homeless people were dying, and they wanted to do something, they wanted to put something back. So then we was holding coffee mornings to raise money for charities. And then the coffee mornings led to a Well Woman group, which now has been running for 4 years, every Tuesday morning, with 13 members, and that is mixed travellers and non-travellers, which has been amazing because they've built up such strong friendships.
We're talking about everything. It's not just, because originally everybody wanted to start up just for weight loss. It's not just about that now, it's about mental health, which travelling women never used to talk about mental health before. It's about our own children's health, supporting each other and getting us into doctors and all different sorts of health problems we wouldn't talk about normally with each other, and we do now. Everybody that's in the Well Women group, I've got a good communication with all of them, basically like family now, so I enjoy doing stuff about health.
Everybody's learnt how to cook healthy, cook in general, even myself. Any issues that arise in the group, we deal with it, and we get professionals in, or we contact people that we network with for help, and we tackle any problems and we do it together.
I work for Lincolnshire Partnership NHS Foundation Trust, which is a mental health trust. The reason I guess we got involved with the travellers community is because we recognise there's huge health inequalities for the traveller communities across Lincolnshire. There's lots of barriers, and I think more often than not it's that people find it very hard to navigate into the NHS system for support. So it's about us reaching out to people in their own local communities to try and break down some barriers.
Mental health wasn't spoke about in travellers, you had to get on and deal with it. But a lot more now, there's a lot more mental health being spoke about, and we get a lot more help now than what we used to before. It's more to do with education and the barriers that have been broken down, yeah.
What I recognised in Gainsborough is the Summer Gang site, the traveller site, were down this long lane next to what was a tip, and then you had the rest of the community, and there was, and have always been very separated. And I just wanted to change that, because the more I worked with the travelling community, I just thought, wow, wonderful people, and how a lot of us have it all wrong. What we think these travellers are and what we think they do, and when really we're just all the same. And there is good and bad in everybody within the traveller community, within the wider community. There's good and bad in all of us.
The best bit about being part of the traveller community is that we all have our own culture, our own lifestyles, and nothing changes whether you live in a house or a caravan or you marry a non.
We did a summer event last year, which again was an open event for the whole community, and we had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people there, and they was just coming from everywhere. But it was amazing. It was amazing to see the whole community coming together, and that was my aim 6 years ago. I will bring these communities together. They will mix, they can become friends, but we're all the same.
When you first started 8 years, I was only a little girl, still in primary school, and it was just about the younger kids. It's not anymore. It's the teenagers, helping them find jobs, helping them just get out into the world, and the adults.
It's a whole community.
Yeah, it is,
isn't it?
definitely is. You adult loads. It's changed massively over the years. It has helped.
Going forward, we're really keen to further develop our partnership with the NHS. We've got 2 community champions at the moment. We expect to increase that to 5 over the next year. We have nurses going on 2 sites. That will increase to 4 in the next year. We have a well-established Well Woman group in Gainsborough. We have a newly started Well Woman group in Brigg, and we've possibly got one starting up in Lincoln.
So lots to happen in the future on the health front, and we're sure it'll make a big difference to the health inequalities that the travellers suffer at the moment. Adult training is a growth area throughout the county. It seems to just organically grow. In the last year, out of 30 adults that engaged with us, 12 went into employment as a direct result of that. Quite a staggering figure. We see that continuing to grow in the future. Our curriculum offer is becoming more and more exciting with the advent of STEM science, and we're really looking to engage with virtual reality, something that we're really excited about. So lots happening, lots of good stuff. The future looks long and bright and hopefully really successful for our students.